Hey everybody, so I thought it would be fun to do a flight with the simulator just to show you what I've learned so far and how detailed this actually gets and the realism that's behind it. Now we can do live stuff, but however for consistency's sake and the time that I have, we're going to do a pre-scheduled flight. So this right here is an actual real flight that's going to be taking off from Detroit and going to Tampa, Florida, departing gate A77 and arriving gate E69. Now if you have loved ones or anything like that, you can actually track them using this website. It's flightaware.com. So if you have their flight number or you know where they're going, you can actually look it up. Anyways, so this is the flight that they're going to be taking. And just to kind of give you some idea of what's going on, they're going to be departing from the gate here at 8:40, taking off at 8:50, and as far as their waypoints that they're going to be going, this is the route that they're going to be taking. They're going to be flying at 35,000 feet, and so that's it. Yeah, so that's a real flight that's about to happen. So tomorrow, they'll take off and they'll do this flight. Now, so we're going to recreate this flight actually in the system here. So we're going to use our own flight number 60. That's my old football number. And we're going to depart from Detroit and arrive in Tampa. It's going to populate some stuff for us here. Taking off November 3rd, and we're going to take off, and this is UTC time. So we want to depart about 8:40 a.m. Okay. Flight airframe is going to be an Airbus 320. Now, if you don't know what that looks like, I will show you. So, this is what an actual Airbus 320 looks like. And that's what we're going to be flying in the game. Alright, so back to what we were doing here. Scheduled flight time is going to be 12:40 UTC. We're going to depart 27R runway. Now just to show you what all that means. This is Detroit Airport. These diagrams are readily available online, and so pilots use them all the time. These are the different frequencies and stuff that you would radio in on to get ground information, traffic information. And this is the actual runway we're going to be taking off from, 27R. So we're going to be roughly down around here in this area. And so 27R, 12:40, and we're going to taxi out at 12:50. So we're going to basically give them 10 minutes to board. Alright, no extra fuel. Altitude is going to be 35,000 feet. Cargo is going to be auto. Passenger is going to be auto because we don't really know. And then my name is going to go here. My call sign is Gallahan. It's just a fun name. My fifth number here is going to be 60. And then as far as arrival airport, we are going to want to land on 1L. So again, to give you an idea, this is Tampa's airport. Again, radio frequencies that we're going to use. And then 1L is going to be right here. So we're going to come down basically around this way. We're going to fly around MacDill Air Force Base, and we're going to come up like this, and we're going to land here on 1L. Alright, so that being said, let me just double check everything, make sure everything's good. Yeah, we we don't need an alternate. Takeoff. Sorry, hit none on that. Okay, good. Alright, and as you can see, our route, it automatically populated it for us. Now we can select different routes if we want to go a different way. And then this right here is the actual flight that we're going to be taking. So if you look at this right here, and then if you look at the real one, in real life, sorry it's refreshing, it refreshes every minute. This is the real one in real life. So again, simulator, real one. So we're going to fly the exact path that they're going to fly. So let's go ahead and save this flight. And now I'm going to go ahead and generate the flight. So we're going to hit yes on that. Alright, so it's generating the flight plan for us and all the information that we're going to need for the flight here. Alright, so we're flying Delta, flight number 60, and all that information is in there, the waypoints are in there, so on and so forth, and then this gives us our waypoints on the map here like earlier, and then this is all the information that we're going to use in the airplane once we get in there. So you can see everything that's going on here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here. I'm going to get into the simulator and show you how all that works. Okay, welcome to the simulator here. Basically, I've loaded in the flight plan for the flight that we created on the website here. The only thing I'm going to change up here is where we're going to be taking off from. We're going to start at gate 77. Right there, gate 77, and as you can see, it's pretty detailed. This is where we're going to be leaving from. We're going to taxi over here to runway 27, and then we're going to head south. And it's about a 2.5-hour flight, and we'll fly around MacDill Air Force Base down here. So right here is MacDill Air Force Base, and we'll come across, and yeah. So anyways, I'm going to load this into the simulator, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Okay guys, good morning. 7:58 a.m. Beautiful sunrise over there. We are in the cockpit of the A320 Airbus, and we've got our Starbucks here this morning. And yes, it does say Captain on the side of it here, so that's exciting. Alright, let's get some power in here and some lights so we can actually see what's going on here. So give me a second here to find the power button. Okay, that's good. Let's get some lights on here so we can see. And yes, every button in this plane does work. So let's turn up some lights here. Okay, those are good. Alright. We're just turning up the pan lights here, that way when we turn on the external systems we can actually see what's going on. Okay, let's get some external power. Okay, first of all I want to be able to see what's going on outside the plane. Alright, good. So, let's get our iPad rolling here. And let's get our flight plan loaded into the system. So that's our flight plan that we created on the website. And let's figure out how much fuel we need. Get that going. 16,912. We have 20,000, so we'll get rid of some of this fuel. That's going to take about 3 minutes, so let's get some more stuff going here while that's working on that. Actually, we'll start getting some of the services rolling here. So, get our external power hooked up. So that truck's just going to hook up external power for us. And let's get our catering going. So this truck is going to do our catering. And our passengers are already in the airport, so let's get the baggage going. Alright, and so while they're working on that, you can actually see over here that those cargo doors are open. The cabin is open in the back to allow them to do the catering and load the baggage and everything. Let's get some other services going here. Basically just turn on the terrain, so the closer we are to the terrain, more will show up on this device here. And we're going to start programming the plane here in just a second. Turn on our crew supply. Going to turn on nav 1 here. And then we're going to wait for that to boot up. Okay, looks good. We're going to turn on nav 2 here. Wait for that to boot up. Which is right here. Alright, now we're going to do nav 3. Okay, good. So, let's go ahead and go back to our flight plan information here, and we're going to start programming this plane a little bit. Alright, so first of all, we're going to initiate, and I'm going to clear this out. And our flight number is going to be 60. Okay, and we're going from KDTW to KTPA, which basically that means going from Detroit to Tampa. So we'll just type it in here. This is how you typically would program it in. And I can use these buttons here, just typed it in to make it faster. Just plug that in over there. Okay, good. Now we're going to initiate the IRS. And we're going to align it so that it will automatically align to the GPS automatically. And we'll confirm it. Perfect. Now we're going to go back. We're going to put our cost index in here, which our cost index is 60. And then we're going to put our flight level in here. And our flight level is 350, which basically it means 35,000 feet. Oops. 350. There we go. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to get our weather data. So I'm going to go back here, get our weather. We're going to request the weather from these two airports. So you type in KDTW, plug that one in up here, and then we'll do Tampa. Oops. KTPA. Plug that in there. We're going to send that request It's going to queue, it's sent. Then we'll get a message here that says the company has responded to our weather request. Okay, so that's good. We're going to go back. We need to retrieve that message. So messages here, that gives us all the information here, but we need to print it out. So click print, and it's going to print out right here on our printer here. Okay, good. We're going to grab that. We're going to stick that in the middle there. And then we're going to go back over here. Check our fuel. Alright, so that's completed. Good, good. Alright, so now we're going to start plugging in our other information here. We're going to start plugging in our waypoints and stuff. So this is our route that we're going to take, and basically the DCT is direct, and then these are all waypoints except for this one. This one's an airway, and it connects these two waypoints together. So let's go ahead and start plugging that information in. We're going to go back. Here's all of our weather information. We'll need that in just a little bit. So flight plan. And for time's sake, I'm going to type this stuff in rather than using the little buttons over here because it takes forever. So our first waypoint to program in is CLVIN2. Okay, we're going to put that right here. Sorry, right there. Oops. I gotta click off of it, sorry. Okay, put that right there. So as you can see, that pops right in here. It'll actually move up to here. So let's go ahead and do our next one, STAS. Click off of it. We've got to make sure that we're clicking between the cell and the airport, because if we click up here, then I'll put it between those two, and we don't want that. So next waypoint is VXV. Okay, good. We'll move down a little bit here. Alright, so next waypoint is Derry. Clear that code out of there. Put that in there. Next airway is Q65, so we'll click into Derry here. And airway Q65. And we're going to connect to Jeffway. We're going to insert that. back to our flight points again. Okay, and we're going to continue on. GE, GY, GE. Sometimes I wonder how they abbreviate these things. Okay. Next is going to be JJ. So this is basically going to tell the plane how to fly. And then the last one is DADE S6. Plug that one in there, and sometimes there's a couple of different ones. I know this one is the one for a fact, so I'm going to hit that. You confirm them by the longitude and latitude basically, and I'm going to insert. Alright, perfect. So what that does is that actually updates this information here. So we can take a look at our flight plan now, and we can see, if we zoom out, all of our flight plan information is actually updated. So yeah. We're going to zoom out of this and go back here like this. And it's getting pretty daylight out. So let's go ahead and let our passengers in. Before we do that, we want to lock the door here. We don't want anybody coming in. And so what that does is that locks this door right behind me, so nobody can come in. Okay, so let's let our passengers in here now. Okay, so now let's let our passengers in here now. So the jetway is just going to connect to the aircraft here. Alright, good. So as you can see, again, doors open while the passengers are coming in here. We're going to configure the performance of the airplane so that way it doesn't shake apart while we're taking off. So pull apart the calculator here. Let's see. Do they have a calculator in here? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, so aircraft type is a320. Runway length, we'll get that information from our airport diagram. And So the runway length of this runway is, let's see, 8,708 feet. So we want that. Airport elevation less than 1,000 feet. Airport elevation is actually 634 feet. So wind component. Okay, so let's check our weather here. This is why we printed out this little slip. Alright, so 280 at 7 knots. So we're at 7 knots. It's going to be tailwind, 7 knots. Okay. Alright, and let's see, what else do we need here? Outside temperature. I'm going to do this off screen. I'll bring it back once I plug all the information in, so I don't have to keep alt-tabbing. Alright, so outside temperature here. Let's see here. This is what you would actually do if you were actually going to get weather information. So our ATIS here is 1336. One 33675. So we're basically tuning into the ATIS here. This is going to give us our weather information. Move it over.
Detroit
Now,
Metro Airport information, Echo 1200 Zulu. Flight 287 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 1. Dew point 10. Altimeter 30.30. ILS runway 27 right and ILS runway 27 left in use.
okay, so basically you'd write all that information down. Okay, so basically we just switch between frequencies so they be quiet, so we don't have to hear them anymore. Let's go back to our fuel here, or I'm sorry, our flight plan here, and let's see what our weight is. Alright, 151965. So we'll plug that information in. Flap setting 1. Runways dry. So basically, as you can see here, I just plugged all that information in here, and the weather that they gave us, the weight, and all that good stuff. We're going to calculate our takeoff speeds. Thrust setting is going to be toga. Okay, so we'll use that information here. So now we need to go to performance and we set the performance of the vehicle. Alright, so V1 is going to be 148. VR, which that's where we're going to rotate, 148. And V2 is going to be 151. Awesome. Now flap setting is going to be 1. Good deal. Okay, so flex to temp is going to be 65. That's for toga. Alright, good. So we're good to go there. So go ahead and back out of this, and we'll disconnect the jetway here. And we're going to go ahead and start with the rest of the aircraft. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start the aircraft here. First we need to turn on the fuel pumps. And we need to go ahead and start our APU. Give that a few minutes. Let's turn some lights off while we're waiting for that to initiate. Turn on some other stuff here. No smoking. Okay, our APU is available. Turn our bleed on. So we're running under our own power here, so we can turn off the external power now. And let's get rid of this guy. He's done a good job. So we don't need external power anymore from him. Alright, good to go. Okay, everything's looking good here. Let's turn some lights on. Go ahead and turn our dial here to start. And we'll do engine 2 first. So basically what we're looking for is this N1 should be about 19 or 20. This temperature here should be about 550. And then this should be about 67. Alright, that's good there. So let's go ahead and start engine 2. Sorry. And so we're about 66 here. We're about 20, so we're good there. let's go ahead and request taxi. Actually, I'm going to just turn on our auto flight taxi guy so we don't have to mess with it.
Detroit Metro Ground, Gallatin 60 ready to copy IFR clearance to Tampa.
Gallatin 60 is cleared to Tampa Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 right, climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.525 squawk 7237.
Gallatin 60 cleared to Tampa Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 right, climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 125.525 squawk 7237.
Gallatin 60 readback is correct. Contact ground on 119.25 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Detroit Metro Ground, Gallatin 60 requesting pushback.
Gallatin 60 pushback request accepted.
Turn our park and brake off. Okay, engines are started. Put that back to normal. And we'll turn off our APU here, we don't need it anymore. Just to make life easier, let's have him push us to the left.
Detroit Metro Ground, Gallatin 60 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Gallatin 60, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Detroit Metro Ground, Gallatin 60 requesting the end of pushback.
Gallatin 60 request to end pushback received.
Detroit Metro Ground, Gallatin 60 with Quebec ready to taxi IFR.
Gallatin 60 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 right by taxiway Quebec Uniform 9er Uniform Golf cross runway 9er left Golf Victor cross runway 21 right Victor cross runway 21 left Victor Victor 1. Contact tower on 118.4 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 27 right via taxiway Quebec Uniform 9er Uniform Golf cross runway 9er left Golf Victor cross runway 21 right Victor cross runway 21 left Victor Victor 1 Gallatin 60.
Okay, so let's check our flight controls here. Just making sure everything works. Speed brake. Looks good. Throttle. Warnings are good. Flaps. Flaps are good. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and taxi to the runway and we'll get this bird off the ground. So let me go ahead and go back to our main page here on our iPad. Keep all that up for reference. The sun is bright. Get our flaps into position here. Turn our parking brake off. And here we go. Okay, so before you cross any runway, you want to make sure, just like driving a car, that you look left to right. Okay, it looks like we're clear. Even though I tell you you're clear, you don't always want to trust that. So we're going to cross a few runways on our trip here. We're just using the taxiways that he told us to go. You can tell what taxiway you're on by the yellow and black signs. The red signs are your runways. And then this little line over here is your hold short line. Basically means you're holding short of that runway, and it tells you what runway you're holding short of. Now you saw that you have 27R and 9L. This is actually the runway that we're going to, but we need to get all the way to the end here before we can actually take off from here. So we're coming up to another runway here, so we'll start slowing down. Make sure we're clear, everything looks good. Let's go to the next one. Heading there, we're going to turn our seatbelt sign on here. To another runway here. We're going to slow down. Okay, looks good. Let's keep rolling. To our runway here. We're going to call in for clearance. So that way we can take off.
Detroit Metro Tower Gallatin 60 at runway 27 right, ready for departure IFR to Tampa.
Gallatin 60 altimeter tree, 0.3 1 wind 277 at 10.
cleared for takeoff runway 27 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 right, Gallatin 60.
Turn the parking brake on. Okay. Just do one more last check, make sure everything's good. This is actually our flight plan right here. Our takeoff is over here. It tells us exactly where we need to take off at what speed. Alright, good. So typically in real life you'd sit here for 3 minutes just to make sure everything's good. And that there's not going to be any planes coming your direction or anything. So, that being said, our flaps are already set. Let's go. Autopilot here.
Detroit Metro departure Gallatin 60 requests destination change to Tampa.
Gallatin 60 is cleared to Tampa Airport as filed. Walk 7237.
Gallatin 60 cleared to Tampa Airport as filed. Squawk 7237.
Gallatin 60 read that correct. Radar contact 4,900 feet. Altimeter 30.31 continue to CLBI and turning and following heading 1905. Proceed on course climb and maintain 14,000 feet.
Continue to pivot turning and following heading 1905. Proceed on course climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Gallatin 60.
Gallatin 60 contact Cleveland Center 1190.905. Good day.
119.905 Gallatin 60. Cleveland Center Gallatin 60 is passing 8,900 feet, climbing 14,000 feet.
Gallatin 60 Cleveland Center altimeter 30.31 continue to spin as planned. 16,700 feet. Altimeter 30.35.
Roger Gallatin 60.